Hello everybody, and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons! One of these days I'm gonna forget to edit my audio out of the intro, and y'all are gonna hear a lot of things you normally wouldn't. Get a load of this, Steven. I went off to a class reunion, and can you believe I won in a raffle? I'm never gonna need this thing, but you might. If you don't, feel free to sell it or give it away or whatever, up to you. Thanks, bud. Muffy. Alright. What does Muffy have for us? What did she win? A vacuum cleaner. She's never gonna use a vacuum cleaner. I feel that. I feel that deep down. But I also feel she's gonna want this vacuum someday. Oh, hey. Thinking of moving away? Nah, I'm good. I mean, I could imagine you couldn't, but... I mean, I am on camera, though. It's right there. It's right... I see you. I see all of you in there. Like, that's... a lot of you. It's like, at least two. It's a lot of people. But anyway, don't know what I'm on tonight. Sugar. Sugar's what I'm on. Well, I can't even say sugar. It's bottle of nothing that the logo is technically copyrighted, so I don't want to show it. Zoops, glad you're here. It's the latest. Wicked, awesome, ruffled dress there. Loving that style. I think something like that. I don't think a Zap helmet's gonna go with it, but, you know, that's fine. Okay. Basically, with a grocery order we got today, there was just included a 6-pack of soda that no one else here will drink except me. This was not bought. This was not meant to be ours, but screw it. Walmart's mess up is our benefit. I mean, whoever properly ordered it can just get a refund for not receiving what they got, and we get a free thing. It's literally just Walmart that loses out here, and it's Walmart. Think I care about Walmart? Like... Okay, back in my hometown, I cared a bit about Walmart. That's because they were the only place to buy video games. Not because I actually liked Walmart. I just liked video games. Peanut, nice to see you. Want chat? Sometimes nighttime can feel lonely, so I'm glad I ran into you. Aw, doesn't ever feel lonely to me, but that loneliness creeps in through the day and just kind of is still there at night, but it's not the nighttime itself that feels lonely. I was already in and talked with Diva. I'm talking with her again. Fix you a snack clean, but my cupboard's kinda bare. You don't even have a cupboard. Growing up in a rural town was kinda lonely. Walk for miles and never see anyone else. Kinda why I shipped out to Astera. Wanted to chill with my buds without the hour walk. I mean, that's fair. I'm kind of the opposite. I would rather have the hour walk, but live in a small town again. Not the small town I grew up in. Never going back there, but... like, there's a few places around Nova Scotia I have in mind that I would like to move to, and there's a few places, like a few other countries, that I wouldn't mind, like, dual citizenship moving to. If I can't have dual citizenship, I don't want to move, because, quite frankly, I may not want to spend the rest of my life in this other country. So I would like to have the opportunity to come back and not have to reapply for citizenship to the country I was born in. You know, reasonable things, I feel. Which basically means the United States is off the table. as if I would want to move there at this point anyway. I would probably get deported, if I even tried. Like, I don't want this to be, like, political commentary, but legitimately, I just saw a video from a Canadian creator who was just trying to take a end-of-summer vacation in the United States. He got detained and searched 3 times while he was there. Like, what are you guys doing down there? This was someone who went through all the effort to have all of the official work done. They weren't there illegally. They just so happened to be there driving their own Canadian license-plated car. Was that the problem? They didn't spend money to rent a car? It's dumb. Y'all are dumb right now. I'm just gonna say it. And I don't mean that in a terrible way. Being dumb can be a good thing from time to time, but this is the bad kind of dumb that's going on at the moment. But yeah, I do want to ramble about Monster Hunter, specifically Wilds. Because the day this video is going out, there we go. Couldn't tell whether that was which way that was. The day this video is going out, the Cactus set, that's pretty fitting, is the day that the Final Fantasy event is happening in Monster Hunter Wilds. I may not be streaming it. I mean, it definitely won't be when you're seeing this, because it's Monday. I don't stream on Mondays, but I might not. I know I can't use my VTuber model while streaming Wilds. My computer can't handle it. It is literally incapable of handling the VTuber model. And I don't want to repeat the last time where my model was like 3 framing it the entire time because that's all it could manage. Because like it maxes out my GPU. That's the problem. And the VTuber model requires the GPU. And like, I could probably lower my settings to a crazy low level and then have it all work. But I can stream the game without having to do that as long as I just, you know, oh hey, I could be a mountain. I could be a mountie. Leather mountie. I mean, there's some slacks. Slacks are pretty nice. I think that could be a mountie. I don't really want to be a mountie, but is there anything nice to wear with the... I mean, the top coat isn't bad. I don't really like this. I'll go teal top coat. Some slacks. Get some bobby socks going on. I have so many pairs of business shoes. Is there any other shoe? I mean, the work boots look so bad, though. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the pink shoes. Yeah, this doesn't look so bad. Hold on, is there a better hat? Because you know what this, like, just the hat without anything to go with it reminded me of? Frickin' Pirate Software. You know, why not? I would never wear this, but it's better. I mean, it's not the right color to be Pirate Software, but no. Without the rest of that outfit, that hat doesn't work. I do have to question the nutritional facts on this stuff. Sorry, silly, since I'm inside the shop all day, but sunny weather helps me work faster. Maybe it's just I'm making shorter sleeves. Maybe? Because this apparently has caramel in it. But also apparently 0 sugar. That's impossible. Caramel is sugar. So one of the things is lying, whether that be the ingredients or the actual nutrition facts. And I don't know which. But yeah, I've seen some footage of the event, of like the Omega fight. I'm not that impressed. Oh my gosh, I have such good taste. I'm basically a DIY trendsetter. Oh, hello, something in your mind, Steven? Oh, what you making? Well, I'm making a paw print door plate. I jumped to the idea while I fell asleep watching Maglev's In Love. It's about trains in love, one of them. Hang on, not important. It doesn't matter if Maglev Mike took the relationship off the rails, because I'm building a thing. What? Steven, you already know how to make? Yeah, I do. I'm legit so sad you already knew. It's also to blow your mind. Since we know it, let's share the recipe with everyone else. Here's a copy. Pass it on. I mean, you're already pretty famous. There's a whole, like, 5 people who know of you, Tutu. You're famous. That's how fame works. Yeah, like, there is some of the footage I've seen where if what people were saying about the footage is right, I more just want to laugh at the people who were playing. So there was one instance of someone using the new event armor as well as the new event greatsword for being part of a party fighting Omega. And the comments were saying that this was Yoshida, the main developer of 14. And man, was that player playing horribly. So if it was, kind of funny. Especially where, from what I understand from comments, it's a lot of Omega's own attack patterns going on. So clearly he doesn't know his own boss's attack pattern. Oh, hey, CJ's here. Alright, that's pretty neat. Gives me something to do. But yeah, I might still stream it just face-cammed. I don't know yet. It'll really depend on playing it on my own time, if I can even do the fight. If I can't, I don't want to just not do the fight kind of thing. Stop. Hi, honey. Want to chat? I mean to ask you about the fossils I heard you dig up yesterday. Have you had them assessed yet? I'm so great if it turned out you found something rare. We've already found all the rare stuff, though. Our museum's complete. Feel free to browse the fossils. I mean, I'm sure there are more dinosaurs still, but Blathers says it's complete. He never says we find anything new. So, we found all the dinosaurs that ever dinosaured. But, yeah, like, I'm pretty sure, based on what I've seen, it should only take me a little bit of time to learn the fight to be able to get through the fight soloing. Like, it doesn't look that immensely difficult. Like, there's a lot of staying mobile, but I use a lot of mobile weapons. Like, Sword and Shield is one of my bread and butter weapons. You know, I'm pretty good at staying mobile when I need to. So, like, ooh, I like you. You're cute. Annalise. Thank you for stopping by. Don't believe you met. I'm Annalise. This is such a fabulous place, darling. Oh, I hate to admit it, but I'm terribly envious of you. Getting to live in a place like this. Don't you dare take it for granted, Nipper. I will not. And if Serrano would have moved out already, I'd invite you to move in, but he's refusing to move. Because he's a jerk. But yeah, if I can manage it pretty confidently, I might stream it just to basically show, here, hey, here's how to do it. Otherwise, like, I don't really see much point to doing it. Just simply on account of, like, I haven't been going back to do every new monster, so, you know. Hey, Superstar, listen, I need some bells. I mean, right now, so I'm selling some stuff. I'll show you 4 things, and if you see anything you want, don't be shy. Alright, I'll buy all 4. Let's see if I can get you more money. Suspender outfit for 1330. More money. Come on. No, I wanted to give you the most money possible, but I'll buy that one. See you, I can buy those glam clothes I want. No. Which, her mentioning glams does remind me. I feel kind of bad for 14 players. Because y'all are getting some of the worst outfits from Wilds. Like, I don't know why they went with the ones they went with, but they're not the best looking outfits. There are so many better looking outfits that they could have went with. But no, you get the frickin' Hope armor, which is the default canonical hero outfit, which I understand that one. And then also the Guardian Arkfeld stuff, which just looks bad. Because they're going with the high rank versions of it too. And it just looks bad. The low rank version, the female version of the low rank version, is mostly fine. But even then, you're probably swapping to the male waist instead of the female waist, because the female waist looks not great. Like, but you won't be able to do that with the 14. You'll be male or female based on whether your character is male or female. So, yeah. It's, I feel bad for y'all. I hope there's more outfits, honestly. Like, basically all the Guardian monsters have good outfits except Arkfeld. Like, they could give all the Guardian outfits. Honestly, like, it's a case of, I understand that apparently the developers really wanted Guardian Arkfeld, which is why Guardian Arkfeld is going to be the quest in 14. But I can't help but feel it's just they wanted a Guardian monster and didn't want to go with just Guardian Rathalos because they already have Rathalos. Which, I mean, would also be fitting to go with, because they already have Rathalos to go with Guardian Rathalos, and just have it be stronger than regular Rathalos. The problem with doing that is that regular Rathalos is harder than Guardian Rathalos. So, yeah. So that wouldn't really work. Muffy! Hey, girl! Hey, Stuart. What, are you here to see, Nightshade? Let's talk. So much effort not to buy everything in your Nightshade. If I was rich, I'd be like, give me this, give me that, give me all of it. Now I can barely afford to window shop. Oh, here, I will sell things and then give you all my money. Kinda wish I could. Let's get this stuff sold. I don't really need the Hawaiian shirt or apron. I'll keep it. I might need an apron for something. I can give you 55,000 bells. It's like $5,500. Like, be good amount of months. Okay. Wait, we got CJ. We also got a lot of stuff here, jeez. Could also get 1,000 miles if I sold a hot item. So I'm pretty sure that's what this one is. Yep. I'd have to figure out what the hot item is, then probably go craft it. That's a lot of effort. I just want to go fishing, man. Let's see what CJ wants. Ah, man. What do you got for me? Yep. Yep. I'm aware. Yep. 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 Give me a challenge. Small fry. 3 in a row. Alright. Yep. Yeah, I'm very aware how all of this works. I could catch a bigger fish to start. Like, that ain't gonna be a big deal. It's like, my streak hasn't... I just completely messed that up. That's great. I'm very good at this. But, yeah, like... I will say, the fight, just from seeing footage of it, doesn't look like it's going to be that difficult. And I feel like a big reason why the footage from the Tokyo Game Show looked like it's going to be difficult is because they effectively had people in demo gear, meaning effectively they were in statless gear. Like, they didn't have people playing with their own gear with, you know, all the skills and bonuses and stuff that come with that. So, you know, it definitely looked a lot harder than it probably will actually be. Just simply because, well, we're gonna actually have equipment. I am kind of curious to see how wounds are going to work against Omega, because the wound system is kind of one of the whole big selling points of the game, and there's a few classes that are entirely built around their ability to cause and deal with wounds. But, like, Omega is mechanical, so how are we going to wound a mechanical thing? And, like, my armor set, in general, is all about wounding monsters and making it easier to wound them. And also just occasionally dealing more damage, but... So, like, I don't know. It's definitely going to be interesting to see. Because if they just remove the wound mechanics, then that's them basically just babying Omega. Like, they can still do hard fights with wounds in play. Like, the proper final boss monster of the game is an example of that. That is a hard fight and can be wounded. Honestly, that fight itself has a lot of MMO mechanics to its attack patterns. Which, you know, got the players pretty much already set when it comes to dealing with MMO mechanics from their monsters. So, you know, it's not really going to be that big of a shock. Really, fish? Really? You're over here rolling in the water? Come on, fish. You can roll. I know you can do it. Roll right onto that bobber. Well, the hook attached to the bobber. There you go. That is a reference that no one watching this is going to get, but it's fine. That would be Nuclear Throne. One of the loading screen tips is just, fish can roll. Fish being one of the characters, and their special action being, you guessed it, the ability to roll. That's a fun game. I think there was actually talk of it getting an update at some point. Because it's still a pretty popular game. Even though, like, it released a long time ago at this point. Yeah, I have been back playing my alt character in Wilds, just trying to get them up to the point of being able to do the Omega fight. I need to get up to the appropriate hunter rank and then actually get a high rank armor on that character. Because so far, I'm still just using a low rank armor with them because, well, that's just kind of how the armors work with Wilds. I'm literally fighting, like, near enough post-high rank monsters while still wearing high rank Guardian Arkfeld. Because there's nothing better yet. Like, it's a little sad how they did armor, because, like, the reason I'm still using that armor is it gives me the biggest offensive bonus, and a dead monster can't hurt you. So, while it is nice to have higher defense, at the same time, it's also nice to be able to hurt the monsters. And, like, I'm already not dealing amazing damage. I'm dealing damage, it's just not anywhere near amazing. So, you know I could be dealing a lot more damage. Which has me investing most of my resources so far into weapons, not armor. Though I am working on getting an armor set that I have a feeling will probably be useful to me. That has Agitator on it, which basically gives me a pretty big stat boost whenever the monster's enraged. I get the feeling Omega's gonna get enraged quite often. Probably as just part of its rotation. So, you know, because that's how every monster works. They all go through a rotation of normal, enrage, exhaustion. If you use a lot of exhaust weaponry, they get into exhaustion a lot faster. Sometimes they will just flat out skip their enrage section. Exhaust can be pretty busted. I'm also, reminded of just how bad they kind of screwed over bowguns. Because one of the thoughts I had was I could probably just run like a light bowgun, but there's no good light bowgun. At least not when you compare it to like the light bowguns of older games. Like, there's just none of them that are good. And a lot of that just comes down to there is not a single light bowgun that I can remember that has slicing ammo on it. That is exclusively a heavy bowgun thing now. Basically meaning anyone that wants to play bowguns in Monster Hunter Wilds kind of has to run a light and heavy, because you need tails from monsters. And you could just hope to get one from target rewards, but you're better off severing tails to get tails, you know. And to do that you need to slice, which means you need slicing ammo. Hammers can just run a bladed weapon. I mean, hammer mains are already used to having to swap to other weapons or play the target reward game to get the tails that they need for stuff. But, like, bowguns are not used to that. Bowguns, light and heavy, have kind of always been pretty self-sufficient. But then they went and made pierce ammo really good. And then light bowguns with rapid pierce became, like, the best weapon to use in Rise. So, yeah. They nerfed the ever-living crap out of bowguns. And they took away shrapnel ammo. Jerks. Scala! We haven't seen you yet today. Oh, it's Butterbean. Glad to see you. Let's chat. Glad you're never too busy to check in with me, Butterbean. Aw. Of course. I always try to check in with my friends. Blah. But, yeah. I really want to love Wilds. I really do. And I will say, I was having fun playing it earlier today. Like, I was having fun in a way that I just kind of wasn't when I played it through the first time. And I feel like that's because I'm basically skipping all of the dialogue. Like, I'm still in dialogue-heavy sections, I'm just skipping it all. So I'm not having to hear my characters say stupid crap they don't actually have to say, which is definitely improving the experience. And I still want to, at some point, to go through and rewrite every cutscene in that game to prove that the main character does not need to say anything in any of the scenes. Now, one cutscene, it would need to be altered. Well, it wouldn't actually need to have an extra character added. And thinking of this would actually be even cooler than my idea. Might make me actually like Alma a bit more. So quite honestly, I prefer the handler from World. And Hinoa and Minoto are just the best quest maidens / handlers. They're just the best. Because they actually help you. But, the final scene, where I know I've talked about it before, where going into the proper final boss, your character steps forward and goes, "By my own authority, I will slay this monster." It would be, like, there's two ways that scene could be a lot cooler and not have your player say a single thing. One, the character Olivia is clearly tied to this monster somehow. She knows about it, it bothers her on a deep level, like, she has some sort of connection to this monster or a monster of similar power. So having her show up at that moment to be the one to say, "By my own authority, we shall slay this monster," like, that would be pretty cool. But also, it would be pretty cool to, before Alma leaves with little Neto, well, Nada, who his name is, but I call him Little Neto, because he's just kind of unpleasant. You don't want him around. Much like the fermented soybeans that is Neto. Alma, before her leaving, if she turned to you, and throughout the entire game, she's going, "The guild authorizes," even though it's clearly her doing it. If she turned to you and basically said, "I authorize you," you know, or, you know, "By my own authority," effectively saying, "Screw the guild, solve this problem," you know, that would have also been really cool. And, like, that's the thing. There are so many options of things they could do for so many of those cutscenes that they just didn't do. And it's just kind of sad. Like, that game could have been so much cooler story-wise. And you could have still had your own character. But, nope. Nope, we are playing as Hunter. That is just what we're doing. You have no choice in the matter. You are Hunter. You are Capcom's character, Hunter. Everyone else has a name at this point, just not the main character. Yeah, complete your thing. I do not consent to pictures. I do not... CJ. 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 Okay. We got 20 fish. Some of these are pretty good value. Like, the Arapama is high value. Red Snapper is high value. These, I'm pretty sure, are both pretty high value. 42,000 bells. $48. Ooh, I was so close. I was gonna go 48, and then I was like, no, too many low values. I'll go 42. 48. So close. One of these days, I'm gonna get that. Yeah, I might actually, like... I might start doing that as, like, community posts or something. Just because, like... I really want to, one, show my, you know, my ability to write and be creative. You know, and rewriting something is a pretty good way of doing that. But also, I want to show just how Wilds could have been so much better than it was. It could have been more than the sum of its parts. It could have been a really cool game. But no. Whoops. I need back in there. I didn't. I really need to stop doing that. No. I need... No. Wait. What? 9? 1. 8, 5, 8. I put a 0 in there. I must have somewhere. I'm smart. Alright, let's see. Oh, there is some pants. Laurel skirt. Why not? Look, be dustin'. It's pretty dusty up there, so good on it. Okay, I might honestly start doing that. I might start with like the initial cutscene. Because I'm pretty sure at this point there is probably somebody who has uploaded all of the cutscenes. So I could even link the cutscene in question. Just to be like, here is the cutscene. Here is how I would have rewrote it. Especially where like your Palico talks now. Your Palico could easily also be the one to say a lot of the things your character says. I mean, it takes away from your Palico being a character that you can create and do things with. Your Palico is just Palico now. But, you know... Really, none of... Maybe this is just me, but unless you're given dialogue options, think like a Fallout game. Think like Fallout New Vegas. You're given like usually 4 to 6 dialogue options per dialogue choice, usually dependent on your character's special stats. So things like their intelligence, things you yourself customize. So you can get results and reactions to things that fit the character you've created. Well, outside of instances like that, I don't think your character should have spoken lines of dialogue that aren't just generic lines. Like, Monster Hunter Rise has moments where, like, when you're gathering stuff, your character might be like, ooh, what's this? That's okay. I don't mind that. I don't love it, but I don't mind it. That doesn't take away from your character. That, if anything, is just an extra bit of acknowledgement that you have indeed started to gather this object. And I'm pretty sure you can turn that completely off in Rise. I think. If nothing else, there's probably a mod to do it. But with Wilds, you can't. Your character will always be saying things during cutscenes. Outside of the cutscenes, your character is perfect. You can make them be whoever you want them to be because they're not saying anything. It's great. It annoys me so much. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one. I thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I shall see you back here tomorrow for more Animal Crossing New Horizons. See you all then!